Hey, JK here. I want to thank you for sharing part of your day with me. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the road. Week 26, championship week, or the second week of your finals or consolation bracket, whichever one you're in. The baseball season, the regular season, is over. We're in the playoffs. In real baseball, we're ending season for fantasy baseball. Right now, I have the Yankees to my right, tied at 3 with the Boston Red Schmucks. Hopefully we can win the series, but don't worry about that right now. Because we're talking about our fantasy teams. So we're going to go over and let you know if we finish with any more championships. Because we already have one. Remember, we have one from the Funky Junky Joker Monkeys. Woo! So now we're going to move to the Cheese Weasels. This year we ended 5th place with 92 points. Nothing sexy. Very unfortunate, honestly. But how good. I've been in this league for several years now. I think the highest I've ever finished was 2nd. We'll try again next year. We had 2 home runs from Taylor Ward. We had 1 from Nico Horner and 1 from Alec Bohm. We had 1 solo base from Nico Horner, 1 solo base from Chandler Simpson, and 2 from Agustin Ramirez. We had wins from pitchers Framber Valdez, Michael Lorenzen, Jamison Taillon, Hurston Waldrop, and Justin Verlander. And then finalizing scoring, we had saves and holds from Jojo Romero and Hunter Gaddis. Moving on over to the other side, we had some guys that were cold, but we already knew we weren't going to do anything with the offensive categories. We were focusing on the pitching, and we had a ton of losses. So we just solidified our 1 point from the losses category. We did have a blown save from Jared Koenig, and we also missed a save from Abner Uribe, so that's pretty unfortunate. There were a host of ads and drops, so make sure you're looking at those. Ending this year, 5th place, again, not what we wanted. We're hoping for at least 3rd or at least 100 points. Next year, I think I'm going to focus on strictly like home run hitters because that's what I lock in. I don't have a ton of home run hitters. I'm doing well in the stolen bases. Obviously, I was number 1 in that. But hits, RBIs, home runs, I wasn't doing well in those. I was doing great in the pitching, so I'm not worried about that. So next year, I might just try to focus on a home run. That might be something we look at. We do have 15 keepers for this next year, so it's definitely something I'm looking forward to. I've already thought about a few. Really gonna have to figure out who is as valuable as they should be. But someone I know I'm going to keep, I was able to pick him up, Zach Wheeler. Oh my gosh. I have some phenomenal guys I can hold. I'm definitely going to be looking forward to it. There are going to be a lot of guys who are thrown back from these teams because, 1, can only keep 15 people, but 2, there's not a lot of space on the team. I think this league only has like another 5 or 6 draft spots, so it's going to be a quick draft, but also a deep type of thought process when we're trying to figure out like who are we going to draft. And there's some guys on waiver wire, but yep, that's how we ended the season with the Cheese Weasel. Now we're going to move to the Kent Murphy Dingers. We were in a semi-final consolation bracket match. We were shooting for 3rd place. Anyway, we were able to come out with a big win, 6 categories to 4. It's nice to win, but at the same time, it's consolation bracket. So we didn't get 1st place. We were able to pick up a few guys on the waiver wire, and now we can talk about how good they did. Mike Trout had 4 home runs and 5 RBIs for us, and he was hitting like 462. Someone else that did well for us, even though it was a week late, was Nick Kurtz. He had 3 home runs and 5 RBIs and was also hitting like 317 or something. So, again, a little late, but you did well. Thank you for getting me 3rd. We also had 1 home run each from Eugene Suarez, Alec Bohm, Matt Olson. Man, you really came to life there in these last few weeks, so thank you for that, kind sir. Riley Green and Shea Langoliers. And then we had wins from Mr. Jamison Taillon and Carlos Rodon. Bubba Chandler. And then we also had a win from reliever Keegan Aiken. Most notably, he is a saves guy, but you were able to get us a win, so thank you for that. On the other side, the following guys all had a below 154 batting average. Sal Frelick, Matt Olson, and Riley Green. We also had a very bad start from Nick Pivetta and didn't stay quite long enough to get the win, which I think, despite giving up multiple runs, I think you were still in the lead. when you left. So as we move to the adds and drops, we were able to pick up Mike Trout, like we talked about before, Bubba Chandler, and Nathan Eovaldi. We had to release him, and then we were able to pick him back up. So glad we have him. And on the other side, we dropped Sean Armstrong and Joey Cantillo. Now, although a third place finish is nice, obviously it's not what we wanted. And we will be looking forward to next year as we have 8 keepers we can look at. We have some really good pitchers, especially late. Looking at Rodon, you'll get Hunter Brown, you'll get Nick Pivetta, Christopher Sanchez. Happy with that. We also, if we want to take the chance on Nathan Eovaldi, we do have some guys that warrant some consideration to get a decent haul back. Now, I feel like I already know the majority of the guys I'm going to keep. But again, if we're trying to get some late round picks or sooner on up there, Nathan Eovaldi is definitely worth a 10th round pick or the 20th and Eovaldi to keep him. So definitely going to be looking at different options for us, just because Eovaldi had like a sub-1 ERA and a sub-1 WHIP. Pretty good. Now we're going to move to the Peach Creek Purgatory team. So frustrating. It's probably the most frustrating part of this year for me, because I had every intention of repeating, and then there's no reason I shouldn't have. This week we came out with a win, 2,035 to 1,770. So 2 guys who were in the championship, they got to 16. I think the winning score was like 1692 or something. So we would have beaten them by 300 points. Could have easily won had I not had anyone. Just anyways, let's go move to the guys who do well for us. We had a huge week for Mr. Ronald Acuna, 132 points. Matt Olson was second with 124. Ketel Marte came with a 111. George Springer had 110, and Max Fried was our top scorer with 1 point. Now, on the other side, there were some guys that didn't do well for us, talking about the pitchers, but I do want to start off with saying nobody got negative points. Hallelujah. Now, the adds and drops, you'll be able to see them. But, yeah, it's frustrating that we came in third. I will absolutely be looking to reclaim my title next year, because there's no reason I shouldn't. I also want to keep in mind that we were missing Trey Turner and Corey Seager this last month of the season. Now, I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying we were missing 2 of our top players the last month. Also, someone else, Austin Riley, he was out. We're missing some pitchers. Justin Steele had 1 or 2 starts for us this year, and he was down. This was our opportunity to fight against all odds. Fell short. The third place, not terrible. So again, 40 keepers in this league. Good Lord, 40. Now we move to the South Harmon Institute of Technology, where last week I told you after week 1 of this championship round, we were leading like 11-3. And then slowly but surely, I think the video came out Wednesday or Thursday last week, but we were down to like 9-7. So, oh my gosh. Did we fumble the bag? No, we won 10 categories, 5 categories, 3 categories. Another championship to this channel. I am pumped. This was huge for us. I really thought we were going to blow it, but nope, we got off our knees. So what we're going to do now is talk about the guys that did well for us, and it's going to start with Mr. Matt Olson. He had 34 total bases. He also had 4 home runs, 12 RBIs, and 12 walks. Those 12 walks were absolutely huge for us, getting people on base and allowing those Braves to bring him around and to score some runs. Lindor really came to life as well. I was trying to trade him earlier in the year because I got an offer straight up him for Julio Rodriguez. I'm like, I don't know, man. I really think I'm going to keep Lindor, even though he's a little older. And I was trying to trade Lindor. Like I said, I mean, I was really trying to get Julio, but luckily we didn't. He had 32 total bases, 5 home runs, 9 RBIs, and 9 walks, and a stolen base, and he was hitting 300 plus. He absolutely filled the stat sheet for us. Dalen Lyle and Freddie Freeman both also had 21 or more total bases. Dalen Lyle, 3 home runs. Freddie Freeman, 4 home runs. So, woo! Big time players making big time plays. Pitching wise, Christopher Sanchez had 20 strikeouts and 0 wins. Spencer Strider had 11 strikeouts, 1-1 record. He was their only loss of the 2-week period. Then we also had 3 saves or holds each from Mr. Jared Koenig and Abner Ube. And then we had Cade Smith, who got us our only blown save. Come on, man. You did have 2 wins, though, so I guess you made up. On the other side, Brett Rooker went 7 for 35. You had 8 total bases, 1 home run, and 4 RBIs. Yair Diaz only had 7 total bases and 1 RBI. I also missed starting him, I think, on like Saturday or Sunday where he hit a home run. So it was partially my fault. And then, unfortunately, we had subpar starts from Spencer Strider, Nick Pivetta, Elu Glasnow, and Christopher Sanchez. So, again, not sexy, but only one of them got a loss. So, as we get to the adds and drops, you'll see them over there. But now we're going to reflect on this season. We were able to, one, make the playoffs after missing it by half a game last year. Oh my gosh. But then we were matched up with the number 1 team in the league as we were the 4th seed and we took them down. Then, being number 2 seed in our own division, we had to play the number 1 team in our division, which was number 2 seed. And we took them down. And again, we were the number 4 seed. We only snuck in by a game and a half. I really thought we had played ourselves out of the playoffs the last 3 weeks of the season, but we didn't. We squeaked in. This South Harmon Institute of Technology Championship makes the 4th and a half championship I've brought to the channel. 1.5 of them are controversial. I say controversial because the one football championship I'm talking about is from 2023, which I had not started this channel yet. However, I still talk about that team, so it was in the same year. We briefly talked about them, so I'm going to count it. And then the half a championship is also from South Harmon Institute of Technology. That was also from 2023. And that's controversial because we tied with the number 1 team in the championship, but I goes to the higher seed, which I think is crap. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and say we have 4.5 championships on the channel. So that is good. I'm very happy with that. Obviously, we want more. We could have had more, but I fumbled the bag. After 26 weeks of talking and fussing and lamenting and being overjoyed, fantasy baseball has finally come in. I'm looking over here. The Yankees are leading in the top of the 9th. Don't blow them. Oh my God. As always, this is JK. And I want to thank you for sharing part of your day with me.